I'm an African girl, okay? I'm not used to receiving presents that are books. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Mira. Nice to meet you. I hope you enjoyed this video enough to become a part of this amazing family. Anyway, so today's video is going to be about some of the books that have changed my life. Now, over the years, I've come across so many books, but there's some of them that really left a mark in my life and have changed my thought pattern, have changed how I relate to other people, and so on and so forth. So I figured that today I could come and tell you guys all about these books. If I'm being honest, some of you have probably read this book, so if you've read it, feel free to write in the comment section. And if you have other book recommendations that you want to give, you can do that in the comment section as well. So without saying too much, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so the first book on my list is The Secret. This book is my absolute favorite. Now, the circumstances in which I ended up getting this book always makes me feel like it was a book that was sent straight from heaven. Because I remember the first time I got this book, I was like feeling down. I remember like just praying to God, and out of nowhere, this guy comes out and he's selling this book and other self-help books. The time in which the guy was selling the book, the place and everything was just so random and something that you would never think would happen. But anyway, I bought this book and read it, and oh my god, you guys, it has been the best book ever. Now basically, The Secret is a self-help book based on the law of attraction, which says that you attract whatever you put in the universe. So if you put negative vibes into the universe, you definitely attract negative vibes, and if you put positive vibes into the universe, you attract positive vibes. The book is based on 3 rules, which says ask, believe, and then receive. So whatever you want, ask for it, and believe that you are going to receive it. Believe that you've already received it. Believe that you have it. Act like you've already received it. So for instance, if your goal is to like have a Range Rover, let's make it materialistic, okay? First of all, you ask for it, and then you believe that you've received it. Like act like you've already received it. Like imagine yourself like cruising around with it and how excited you are going to feel when you finally get it and all that. And then the last one is receive. So after you've done all these things, just let it go, and the universe will find a way to bring it in. Now what I like about this book is the fact that she actually gives you instances as to how to manifest and how to let go until it's time for you to get whatever you've asked for. Just in case you've not seen, you don't know anything about the law of attraction, you can go through other videos on YouTube, but it is something that works. And when I first read this book, I wasn't sure if she was telling the truth or not, so I did my own test. I remember sitting in my room and saying, okay, I'm gonna manifest 1,000 cities. Now 1,000 cities is about $170 or more, I'm not sure. When I was done, I did the rule, which was after you finish manifesting, let it go. So after that, I let whatever go. And you guys, I kid you not, the next day, out of nowhere, someone sent me 1,000 Ghana cedis, like the exact amount. First of all, I wasn't expecting money from anyone. Secondly, the person who sent me the money was like, it was extremely random. I hadn't spoken to the person in like ages. So for the person to just send me money, like, oh my god, like it literally showed me that yes, things really work, and sometimes how positive you are or how you think definitely reflects on your life. Moving on to the next book. This one is The Power, okay, by the same Rhonda. She actually has like a series of them. She has like The Secret, The Power, The Magic, and so on and so forth. The Power is a sequel to The Secret. Here she talks about how it is important to be grateful, how being grateful alone can actually bring good things into your life. And she talks about harnessing the power of love, and how positive thinking can make a great impact on your life in terms of your health, your wealth, and so on and so forth. And I definitely recommend that you guys go and check it out. Okay guys, so moving on to the next one, The Power of Positive Thinking by Vincent. Peale. I'm not sure if I said it well, but yes, this is another amazing book. Now I bought this book right after these ones because in as much as I realized that even The Secret was based on positive thinking and was based on having faith in whatever you do, it also felt a bit confusing because it kept like mentioning the universe, which can be confusing for someone who's like a good Christian, because you probably think that okay, I pray to God or I pray to Allah, so what is all this universe thing about? When I first saw it, I honestly thought it was just going to be one of those self-help books that says do this, don't do that. Instead, this book turned out to be like a mini Bible. Like, to be honest with you, this book is full of Bible quotations, and it is basically the same as The Secret and The Power, but the only difference is that this one actually gives you Bible quotations to guide you. I think that it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim, you should definitely read it. If not for anything, for the fact that it does what it says it does, and it gives you daily affirmations that will help you through this life. Okay guys, so the next book is Good Vibes, Good Life by the Vex King. And this book was definitely one of the books that I bought with The Secret. And oh my god, you guys, if you've not read this book, find it, okay? Before this, I had never seen this book. I had never heard of it. It was like so random. But it turned out to be one of the best books that I would definitely recommend any day, anytime, and anywhere for people who are actually looking for self-help books. Because this book definitely touched something in me, and I would keep it forever and refer to it every now and then when I have to. It is a book that teaches you how to be the best version of yourself. I'm just going to read like a short quote from it, and it says, "If you keep trying to satisfy others, you will never keep up. In the end, you will satisfy neither them nor yourself." So basically, do not satisfy anyone. Do not try to satisfy anyone. Live your life. Like, try to make the best out of it, and the right people would always find you. Now, what I love about this book is the fact that it teaches you about humility, it teaches you about self-love, it teaches you about how to meditate, it teaches the importance of meditation. This book talks about failure, it talks about self-love. He's not even being biased. He's not saying that, okay, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. He's saying that, okay, if you think that something is not fine, if you think that something is drawing you back, cut it off. But if you feel like it is you yourself who is like being a hindrance to yourself, then get yourself in check, get yourself in line. There are times that we think that, okay, everyone is against us, but we forget that we are actually against ourselves as well. Okay, now I'm talking too much, but you should definitely read this book. Okay guys, so moving on to the next book, which is Quiet by Cain. This book was a gift, and when I first saw this book, I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed, okay? It was a present wrapped in like a very big box, well tied and everything. I'm an African girl, okay? I'm not used to receiving presents that are books. Well, I wasn't. Let me rephrase that. So the first time I got this, and I was like, oh my god, I got a present, and like I rushed to open it, and it was a book. I was like, okay. And then I opened it and I started reading, and it was amazing. So this book talks about how society undervalues the capabilities of introverted people. Society sometimes looks down upon introverts simply because they feel like, okay, they're just too shy, or they're like too timid. And I mean, let's be honest, most of the time, if there's like an extrovert and an introvert, the probability that they'll give the leadership, whatever, to the extrovert is high, because people generally get drawn towards extroverts. So this book talks about the fact that society actually just concentrates on extroverts and leave introverts, which leads to a waste of talent, energy, resources, and capabilities, of course, on the part of introverts. Back then, I was extremely shy, and I was like always this person who would like literally not talk when I'm around people, because I am very terrible at large groups. This book was a very, very thoughtful book, now that I think about it, but yes, I definitely recommend it for introverts. Okay guys, so moving on to the next one. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. So this book generally gives you the insights and tools to deal with fear. People have different kinds of fear. For some people, it's public speaking. For some people, it's just going out of the world. For you, probably it is starting a YouTube channel. Now, what I like about this book is the fact that it also gives you examples of people who were able to conquer their fears, or had great fears but still went in for whatever they wanted to do anyway. Not because they were like Superman or whatever, but because sometimes if you don't feel the fear, then it means whatever you want to do is not big enough. Fear is actually what drives us in this book. Basically, this book talks about like the challenges we face every day and how you can overcome your social anxiety or whatever just by being true to yourself. Yes, I'm afraid of this. When you feel the fear, it's acceptable, but after you finish feeling that fear, do it anyway. Does it make sense? I highly recommend this, okay? Read it and let me know what you think about it. The next book is T.D Jakes' Crashing. I feel like sometimes we think that, okay, a pastor should be like this, a pastor should be like that, a pastor should be like this, and because of the corner or whatever we put them in, sometimes it makes it very difficult for them to be able to make mistakes in the open. So he uses this book and his stories to encourage and to show you of how you can live like a much more fulfilling life. So he talks about how while his 13-year-old daughter was pregnant, his mom had just died, and how his own faith came crumbling. He was like at a point in his life where everything was just like going downhill, and even as a man of God, he had lost all faith, and how he managed to pull through this and how God made him even bigger afterwards. Sometimes we think that we are too good for anything bad to happen to us. We think that we ask why us, but when in fact what should be asking is why not me? I mean, who else should God put it to give it to, you know? God doesn't make us go through things unless he knows that we can overcome them. And I definitely recommend this book. You guys read it and thank me later. So the next book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. This book is like that blunt friend, that blunt auntie who says things just the way they are. I feel like this book has been read by so many people because, of course, the title itself is, you know, catchy. In this book, he uses profane words to put his word across. What I like about this book is the fact that yes, we all go through negative things, we all go through bad things, but what happens after that bad thing has happened? So for instance, yes, your parents were not always around while you were growing up and you feel resentful, but after you finish with all the resentment and everything, what next? Would you dwell on that forever and then ruin every other relationship or every other connection you might have with other people? Or you can turn it around and do something out of it. He also attacks like people who write self-help books, and he goes like, okay, some of them are not realistic, some of them, he gives you like realistic ways to deal with things. Now if you're someone who easily gets offended, then this book is not for you, because you say things that will probably make you say, what the hell? But at the end of it, I feel like it is definitely worth it, and if you can, you should definitely read this book. Okay guys, so the next book is the 48 Laws of Power. This book talks about the law of attaining power, either in your business, in your personal life, and so on, and then uses historical people to cite like examples. I'm not gonna lie, if you have a conscience or if you're morally upright, this book might not be for you. Let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. It says that get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. I feel like this book is one of the most manipulative books you can ever read. I do not think this book is for everyone. If you have the balls and you feel like, okay, you are like willing to do anything and everything to get ahead in this life, then this is definitely for you. It will teach you all the little things you need to know to become a better version of yourself, both in business and in your personal life. Okay guys, so the next book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is a book that teaches you financial literacy and how to build wealth through investing in assets. So if you are someone like me who has no idea as to how to invest, this book is definitely for you. Let me know if you have any other financial like books that are extremely simple for someone like me to understand. Books that are like very simple but will still teach you something about financial literacy, because I suck when it comes to money, so I definitely want to learn more about that. Okay guys, so the next book I'll be talking about, unfortunately I do not have it here because my friend borrowed it and she never returned it. Jennifer, this is you. The title of the book is Why Men Love Bitches. When I first read this book, my mind was completely blown. It speaks to ladies who most often get taken for granted because they're just too nice. This book is like a guide to like become a better version of yourself in terms of your relationships. Believe it or not, men also like women who can speak for themselves, who can stand on their own. And just because you like someone doesn't mean that their friends are your friends. And I think most of us, when we fall in love, we become the yes sir kind of people. Like, okay, if you say sit here, okay, yes sir. Do not be that girl who drives like 3 hours just to go see a man who probably has no decency to like, you know, come pick it up, or only text you like midnight to say, hey babe, what's up? Those booty calls and all those things, I cannot emphasize on it enough. This book is definitely a book every lady should read. Okay guys, so this brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, share, like, and comment. And let me know in the comment section if you've read any of these books, or if there are other recommendations you would like to give me or any other person watching this video as well. Until next time, bye.